Hey everyone, just wanted to show this to you. This is, I'm pretty sure, is Blight on my, these are second earlies, these are Charlotte's. Main crop are over there and look like they might have a little bit on some of the leaves. These technically aren't due to be harvested for nearly another month, so they're going to be very early second earlies, but what I'm going to do today is just to try and stop this spreading. Try it in two ways: to stop it spreading to the potatoes themselves, which are obviously down in the soil, but also spreading elsewhere on the plot. Although I noticed my neighbour next door to me here has also got it, and probably worse than me, so I wonder whether it's blown that way, which is, it doesn't really matter where it's come from, it's here. I need to do something about it. If I don't do anything, this will just progress back down the stalks and down into the roots and the potatoes themselves, and then just turn the potatoes to mush. So what I'm doing, secateurs, just going right down as close to the top of the ridge as possible, and I'm just cutting them off, and I'm gathering them up in my bucket here. And then what I'll do, fortunately I brought the car with me today, which is handy, but I'll bag them up and I will take them to our local household waste centre. They can't really be composted, although it's not too bad on these. If you compost it, you're just ending up getting it back into the soil next season. So the simplest thing to do is, if you can, burn it, bury it deep, or do what I'm going to do, which is take it to the household waste centre. They will compost it there, but they will compost it at a much higher temperature than I can manage here. So what effectively will happen is it will kill the blight spores that way. So there you go. Shame. I'll dig some of these in a second, just see how small or otherwise they are. It might not be a complete loss, but it is a shame that with sort of another 4 weeks or so to go, they've got blight quite so early. With the main crop, they've still got flowers on, as you can probably see, so we'll have to kind of have a look and see what we can do with those. But yeah, we shall see. I'm going to crack on with this. If I get a chance, as I say, I will dig some and we can have a look and see just what they're like. Okay, so what we've done now is taken all of the tops off. They're in the bucket here, so they'll go to the tip, be composted there. I was going to have a look at the main crop. I'll do that in a minute, but what I wanted to do first was just dig the end of this row and see what the potatoes are like. The reason I took the tops off rather than just dig all the spuds straight away was you can leave the spuds in the ground for a while. They should be okay there for a couple of weeks. My concern is we've got a lot of slugs this year, and I noticed from the earlies that I dug a week or so ago, there's a few with slug damage, not too many, 1 or 2 out of the whole lot, and there were a lot of spuds. But the danger is leave them in the ground for too long and the slugs will get to them. So what I'm going to do is just test dig this, see what it's like, and then possibly harvest the whole of the row when I've had a chance to have a look at the main crop and see what they're like. So bear with me and we'll see what this is like. Oh, well, there's a few there. I'm just going to go and get something to put them in. So let's have a look. It's a bit green, that one, but not too bad. Yes, they're a reasonable size. As you can see, not too bad. I'm not going to weigh them or anything. I'm just going to, in fact, yeah, fair size. So may not be as much of a disaster as I thought it was going to be. Now I hope that is the original seed potato and not one that's got blighted, because they do end up going pretty mushy and horrible. That'll go in on the blight pile. Okay. That's one plant. There's a couple. That one was obviously a bit too close to the top. It's gone a bit green on the end. There's that one. So, you know, maybe take those two out as far as I can see. So I don't know what's there. Maybe a kilo. Probably not going to weigh them. So that's just my. Yeah, it feels about a kilo. So yeah, not as bad as I was expecting. I think I'll dig a couple more and just see where we get to. But yeah, definitely blight has arrived, unfortunately, and today is about the 9th of July, I think, so a lot earlier than I would have liked, particularly for the main crop over there, but we'll see what they look like in a sec. If I get a chance, I'll show you those as well, but we'll see how we do for time today. Anyway, so this is the final harvest of all of the second earlies, and just this row of main crop. So the main crop of the red potatoes are Desiree, and second earlies are Charlottes. A few bits of slug damage, but nothing's too serious to worry about, so reasonably happy. I've left the rest, so one's in this row in the ground for now, and I'll probably dig those next week. Okay, I don't know how well this is going to work and whether you can hear me or not. It's so stinking hot that I've got the window open. The thermometer on the car says it's 23 degrees, and that feels about right. I don't think that's far off. It's been one of those days where nothing has really gone to plan on the plot. When I turned up, I didn't expect that I would be digging my second earlies or main crop, and I didn't have to do that, I suppose, but I just felt, given when I dug the first kind of plant of each and saw there was a little bit of slug damage, that maybe it was worth doing. I haven't dug all of them. I've only dug the second earlies and half the main crop, because basically my crate is full, so couldn't really didn't have really anything else to put them in. So what I'm doing now, you'll excuse all the umming and ahhing while I'm paying attention to traffic instead of talking to you. What I'm doing now is taking the tops to the household waste site, basically. Plan is to take them there and then leave them, and I'll probably throw the bags that they're in away as well, just to reduce the risk of contamination next season. I think unfortunately it's one of those things that no matter how careful you are, well prepared you are, it can just happen. There is a website which is probably only applicable really to the UK, but I think it's blightwatch.co.uk. I'll have a look and put the correct address if that's not it up on the screen, but I mean basically that gives you an idea of when you should be careful about blight and some of the things that you can do. There are things that you can spray on the haulms and things like that, but to be honest, given the crop that I've got, I'm not really too bothered actually that I've had to harvest them early. Doesn't seem to be too bad a crop. I don't know what's left in the ground, but let's just say it's the same as the other short row, then that's fine. Doesn't bother me at all. So yeah, but I mean basically lowish temperatures. So I mean it's 23 degrees today. Well, it's actually gone down to 21 now. We've got moving, so the car's been sitting in the sun for a bit, but it's still hot. It's humid today, but basically humidity, high humidity, average temperatures, so sort of 15, 16 degrees, and wet weather. All of those sorts of things will make the blight more likely or more able to spread from one area to another. So there you go, it is what it is. It's one of those things, I've never really been hit too badly, I think because I take the actions I take as soon as I see the first sort of signs of it. And we've got a good crop of potatoes at the end of the day, so I'm not too worried about that. So there you go. So I shall drop this lot off at the household waste site. Probably end the video now-ish. Maybe put some clips in of the rest of the journey. But suffice to say, thank you for watching, and speak to you again soon. Take care now. Bye bye.